They've met 2 times before, and Arnett Gardens has the advantage after gaining 4 points from those 2 encounters with a last-minute gasp from Nelson. And now they face, when it's coming down to the wire, this is match day 32, and we're back in St. Anne as Mount Pleasant, they face off against Arnett Gardens. Hello, my name is Christopher Scott, and welcome to another Island Sports Network stream for Red Stripe Premier League. This is the last stream for YouTube and Facebook, and the playoffs start on March 24, where we'll stream that exclusively on the website and our mobile app as we get ready for the playing of the national anthem. So, as we get ready for the 32nd match that will be played by these 2 teams, this is match day 32. After this will be the last match before the playoffs. As we get ready for the contest here at Draxall. This is another Red Stripe Premier League Island Sports Network stream, as we see captain for Mount Pleasant, Ladale Ritchie, and captain Oldham, Ricardo Oldham of Arnett Gardens. Arnett Gardens, of course, in the all-white and Red Sox attire, and Mount Pleasant all blue. The socks is actually a different shade of blue. It looks to be navy blue, but they have a lighter blue. And we'll just read the lineups for you. First, for Mount Pleasant, in goal, Kadeem Davis. And then we have Latroy Leng, Ladale Ritchie, the captain, Ricardo Campbell, Suley McCullough, Ronaldo Rodney, Evan Taylor, Keslan Hall, Cardell Bembo, Kemar Beckford, and Francois Swaby. And on the bench, Bobby Ander Evans, Liston James, Kevin Graham, Jordan Fletcher, Alwyn Harvey, and Devon Hodges. And of course, the coach, Nigel Stewart, is here for Mount Pleasant. And for Arnett Gardens in goal, Mikhail Harrison, then Jamar Martin, Renique Anderson, Jabor Johnson, Tamar Edwards, Captain Ricardo Oldham, Zelano Barnes, Jamil Hardware, Lennox Russell, Fabian Reed, and Ronaldo Cephas. And then on the bench, Damian Hyatt, Jawani Hines, Ronaldo Wright, Paul Wilson, Steve Clark, Kemar Malcolm, Javoni Sims, and Kemar Reed. And of course, the coach, Jerome Waite. So, this is the 32nd match, and 33 matches will be played here in the preliminary round, and then the top 6 teams will go to the playoffs. The top 2 would automatically qualify. As we see the kickoff here, match day 32 action, headed out by Martin, as we see a lot of the fans settling down here at Draxall in St. Anne. Cardell Bembo on the ball, twisting and turning, just trying to find a pass here, and just goes into the gut of Lennox Russell and goes into touch for a throw. Cardell Bembo on the ball, sends it back for the man Ricardo Campbell, who sends it across for the captain Ladale Ritchie. Ritchie back to the goalkeeper Davis, and the Arnett Gardens player just stumbling. Campbell with the ball, chips that ball forward, trying to find the one. Beckford sends it across to Bembo. Bembo tries to chip that ball forward and find Beckford once more, but defensive effort there by Jabor Johnson. It goes into touch for a throw to Mount Pleasant. Cardell Bembo being challenged by his former schoolmate, Zelana Barnes. Both of them actually played for St. George's College in the Manning Cup. Actually won a Manning Cup title. And that final was played against Heidel. And Zelana Barnes actually didn't apply straight entirely to St. George's College. Actually went to Excelsior High School first before going to St. George's College and applying it straight there, but now he's with Arnett Gardens. A shot by Francois Swaby, wide of the target, and it will be a goal kick for Arnett Gardens. So Arnett Gardens 5th place at the moment, just above playoff spot, and of course Mount Pleasant is in 3rd, and mathematically they can still actually claim the top spot, so don't count them out. We've seen a lot of stuff happen, and we've seen miracles performed. So mathematically, they are still in contention of claiming top spot, because Portmore United actually drew with Waterhouse last week. So that's the reason why they can claim the cash prize. They're in 3rd at the moment. Headed out by Johnson. Headed out again. It's just a seesaw battle for possession. Now it's with Kemar Beckford, who sends that ball forward. Trying to find the one, McCullough. And now it's a shot. Oh, that was a save by Benavides. Oh, that was another save. What a save. That hits the frame of the goal. And a lot of people thought that went in. But no, what an exciting matchup here. And already scenes of excitement at Draxall in St. Anne. What a shot by Keslan Hall. And then Bembo followed up and hit the frame of the goal, and everybody thought that actually the ball went in. But that was actually the ball initially shot by Keslan Hall, who actually got the winner for Mount Pleasant that sent Reno to relegation last week. And then Bembo followed up, and everybody thought they were celebrating a goal for Mount Pleasant, but not to be. Exciting days here, and if this is what is going on, then my you're in for a treat for the rest of the game. Just remember, we're giving away $1,000 credit. And remember to share this game, subscribe to our YouTube, like our Facebook page, follow our Instagram, Island Sports Network. And then we will ask a question during the game, and the first correct answer will win. And Bembo, oh, that was a rash challenge by Martin. And it is, in fact, a free kick for Mount Pleasant. And again, we will choose a subscriber at random who will win the $1,000 credit. It will be Flo or Digicel. Once the subscriber is announced as the winner, we will message you personally, and so we can get the details and send you the credit. All right. And now we're going to throw it over to KLAS, where we're going to Tivoli Gardens on match day 32.
They missed a chance earlier that they should have scored, and then this one a thunderous left footer, but it was a corner because it was dipping all the while, and I thought that the goalkeeper did well to get a hand to it, but only managed to put under the upright. I was asking for VAR to come forward, but the ball came back out, and Howell just ran onto it and just headed into an empty net, and there's nothing that the goalkeeper should be despairing about. Good shot, good save, but then it came out, good header.
Yes, indeed. So Waterhouse have quickly taken the initiative here, and in hearing from Coach Gale just now, this is what he would have wanted, to really take the game by the scruff of the neck and press home from there. So Tivoli Gardens with a free kick over on the right.
All right. So we're here, back. Match day 32, Mount Pleasant versus Arnett Gardens, and my oh my. Shot taken, oh, just over the crossbar. It will be a goal kick for Arnett Gardens. And exciting scenes here at Draxall in St. Anne. We were here last week as Cavaliers drew with Mount Pleasant, but they got back to winning ways and sent Reno packing, to be honest. So Reno is officially relegated from the Red Stripe Premier League. And now getting some feed. And actually the feed that we saw earlier, or the feed that we gave you from KLAS, now there is a result. So Waterhouse, they do lead by a goal to nil through Kenroy Howell in the 4th minute. So in the 4th minute, Kenroy Howell puts Waterhouse, the Jerusalem-based team, in front. And they lead by a goal to nil. And the dummy holding on you is still locked at 0-0. And then here at Draxall, it's still 0-0 between Arnett Gardens and Mount Pleasant, and Harborview, they're locked to 0-0 with Reno. As we get ready for match day 32, and we see Oldham sends that ball forward, trying to find Fabian Reed. And easy does it for Mount Pleasant. Now it's Leng. Sends it forward. Sends it across now. Kemar Beckford on the ball for Mount Pleasant. Sends it forward for Francois Swaby. Has been so good for Mount Pleasant this season. Chips that ball forward, trying to find Kemar Beckford, but too much on it, and Jabor Johnson saw that all the way, and it will be a goal kick for Arnett Gardens. So, exciting scenes here at Draxall. Harrison sends that ball forward. Defensive work there by Taylor. And back further on into enemy territory. And the referee says it's a foul on the captain, Ladale Ritchie. So it will be a free kick for Mount Pleasant. Foul committed seems to be Fabian Reed. Ball sent forward. Trying to find Francois Swaby. The referee says it's a foul by Francois Swaby. Elbow on Martin, so it will be a free kick for Arnett. Leng sends it forward for Cardell Bembo. Challenge now. And boot upwards by Jabor Johnson. And Fabian Reed will try to chase. And he's being held in by Ladale Ritchie. He shields him off the ball and he goes into touch for a goal kick to Mount Pleasant. And now we're getting more scenes here. Excitement at Edward Seaga Sports Complex. It's now 2-0 in favor of Waterhouse. And an own goal is actually scored. So it's 2-0 in favor of Waterhouse. Exciting scenes at the Edward Seaga Sports Complex. And here, still 0-0. As we see Ricardo Campbell on the ball, sends it forward, trying to find Beckford. Beckford does latch on to it. He's being challenged by Jabor Johnson. He drifts inside, finds Francois Swaby, or tried to find Francois Swaby. Defensive work by Martin. Now it's with the captain, Ladale Ritchie, who sends it over to McCullough. McCullough forward for Keslan Hall, intercepted by Arnett Gardens. Now it's Martin. Martin with the ball, who sends it across. And Cephas sends it forward for Jamil Hardware. Hardware with the ball. Sends it across and finds Lennox Russell. Lennox Russell being tackled by Leng. And Beckford sends it to Bembo. Bembo back to Leng. Leng on the ball. And defensive work. Last touch by Lennox Russell, the referee says. So it will be a throw to Mount Pleasant. Take it quickly. Bembo being holded by two players. And he is fouled by Edwards. And Tamar Edwards commits the foul. And it will be a free kick to Mount Pleasant once more, just inside their own half. And Ricardo Campbell will take this one. Ricardo Campbell with the free kick sends that one inside, trying to find a Mount Pleasant player headed on. Seems to be Beckford once more. So it will be a goal kick for Arnett. Intercepted. Taylor sends it forward, trying to find Francois Swaby, and covered up by the goalkeeper. Mistake and miscommunication between the goalkeeper and the defender, but he does recover. And Francois Swaby wanted to pounce on that one, but unable to. So danger averted for Arnett. Ball sent forward by Harrison, trying to find Fabian Reed, headed on by Leng. Now it's with McCullough, chests that one down and sent it forward to Francois Swaby. Francois does a little flick, but intercepted by Jabor Johnson, headed by Leng. Challenge between Edwards and Bembo. And now it's with Zelana Barnes, who sends it across for Lennox Russell. Intercepted by Leng once more. Bembo back to Leng. Leng back to Bembo. Sends it back for Beckford. Trying to latch on to that one, Bembo. Tamar Edwards. Now it's with Zelana Barnes. He's been challenged by his former schoolmate. And he does recover Zelana Barnes. And what a skill there by Ronaldo Rodney. Francois Swaby just over his head, he slipped. And it will be recovered by the man, Renique Anderson. Now it's with Kemar Beckford. And Zalana Barnes will try to chase, but it goes into touch for a throw to Mount Pleasant. And that was a bit of skill there by Ronaldo Rodney. The slightest of touches and just turned away from the player. Ronaldo Rodney to Leng. Leng with the ball. Ships that ball forward, trying to find Francois Sebe, headed by Renique Anderson. Now it's with Jamar Martin. Martin sends that ball forward. It will be intercepted by Taylor. No, it's not. But headed on by Ladale Ritchie. And the referee says no foul. Leng heads that one not properly out. Now it's with Fabian Reed, who sends that ball forward, finding Lennox Russell. Russell on the ball. He's being challenged by Campbell. And want to send that one over for CFAS, but it goes into touch, and it's a throw to Mount Pleasant. So, exciting days all around. Exciting matchup all around here at Drax Hall. As it was Barrington Price in the 7th minute that scored the second goal for Waterhouse. And it was an own goal by Barrington Price. It's actually a free kick for Arnett. And Jameel Hardware will take this one. Jameel Hardware with the ball swung inside, headed out by McCullough. And Carter Bembo would try to latch on, but he doesn't. Now it's Tamar Edwards. Sends that ball up for Lennox Russell. And he's caught offside. So free kick for Mount Pleasant. And now we're throwing it over back to KLA Sports FM 89 with Tivoli Gardens versus Waterhouse.
This one crossed over onto the right side. The keeper gets into the air, Nicholas Clark.
And now we're throwing it over back to KLA Sports.
It was an
89 with Tivoli Gardens.
He was diving away to his right, and the ball was kicked to the near post and just left his straight leg to block that one, and did so powerful that the ball almost came back out to half line or halfway to the half line. So really good keeping, good eyes on the ball always.
So here comes Tivoli Gardens. They're inside their own half at the moment. Kevin Seaver, the man on the ball. Booted upfield. Still Tivoli Gardens.
And now we're back here, Island Sports Network. Mount Pleasant versus Arnett Gardens. And the commentary is back. As we said, my name is Christopher Scott. This will be the last stream on Facebook and on YouTube for the Red Stripe Premier League, at least for this season. Everything after this will be exclusively on the website islandsports.net and the mobile app Island Sports Network. It's available in Google Play Store for the Android users and also the Apple Store for the iPhone and iPad users as well. It's actually going back. It's 2-1 in favor of Waterhouse. So Tivoli Gardens pegged one back as we see a free kick looks to be taken by Cardell Bembo, or will be taken by Cardell Bembo. And we see about 4 or 5 Mount Pleasant players in the box. And the referee says no foul. That was committed on Ladale Ritchie, the captain. And now it's with Lennox Russell. He's all alone. And the referee says it's a foul by Leng. So it will be a free kick for Arnett Gardens. As we see Cardell Bembo just pleading with the referee as to why that wasn't a penalty on the captain as he sprints back Ladale Ritchie. Tamar Edwards sends that one across. Now it's with Oldham, who sends that one inside. Trying to find Fabian Amin. Now it's with Jameel Hardware. But defensive work by Campbell. And Ricardo Campbell sends that one behind for a corner to Arnett Gardens. So nervous scenes here at Draxall for Mount Pleasant, the home team. So ball sent forward, trying to find Cardell Bembo. And one number 19 fouls another. And it was the Mount Pleasant's number 19, Cardell Bembo, that committed the foul. So it will be a free kick on Tamar Edwards. And just to inform you guys, the playoffs start March 24th. Playoffs start March 24th. So next week Monday. Next week Monday will be the start of the Red Stripe Premier League playoffs. See a ball sent forward. Trying to find Francois Swaybe, gobbled up by Jabor Johnson, but last touch by Francois Swaybe, goes into touch for a throw to Arnett Gardens. Take it quickly. Now it's with Martin. Jamar Martin sends that ball forward. Headed on by Leng. Now it's with Ronaldo Rodney. The fastest player, but he's quite skillful on the ball, Ronaldo Rodney. Ball sent forward by Taylor to Swaybe. And Swaybe, his ball intercepted by Barnes. And now charging forward seems to be Cephas, but he is intercepted. And it's a foul committed by Ronaldo Cephas, so it will be a free kick for Mount Pleasant. As we see the fans increasing their support in terms of attendance and in sound here at Draxall in St. Ann. This is match day 32 action. This is the second to last match in the preliminaries, and then we head to the playoffs. See Francois Swaybe latches onto that one. And now it's with Keslan Hall, who sends it to Cardell Bembo. Bembo on the ball, twisting and turning, filing Hall. Hall sends that ball forward, unable to find Beckford. Covered up by Johnson. Now it's with Hardware, who sends it across to Lennox Russell. Russell on the ball for Arnett. And now it's with Jabor Johnson. Intercepted by Leng. Now it's with Rodney. Rodney sends that ball forward, trying to find Kemar Beckford. Covered up by Francois Swaybe. Now it's with Beckford once more. Mount Pleasant can attack. He will try to get by Martin. He does. Sends that ball inside. Back post too much. And it will go into touch for a throw to Arnett. It does. And so, another attack mounted by Mount Pleasant. As we see, Oldham sends that ball forward. Goes into touch for a throw to Mount Pleasant. And just to confirm, the goal scorer for Tivoli Gardens is actually Jermaine Teddy Johnson in the 15th minute that scored for Tivoli Gardens. So at the Edward Siaga Sports Complex, it is Waterhouse 2, Tivoli Gardens 1. Own goal scored by Barrington Price in the 7th. Goal scored by Kenroy Howell in the 4th. And then Jermaine Teddy Johnson scores in the 15th. Lennox Russell sends that ball across. Will meet the boot of McCalla. It does. Takes that down brilliantly. Now it's with Kemar Beckford. He will try a shot from there over the crossbar, and it goes behind for a free kick, or a goal kick, sorry, to Arnett Gardens. Almost 24 minutes gone in this contest. And it's still a stalemate here at Drax Hall. Fabian Reed on the ball, sends that ball across for Lennox Russell. Lennox Russell latches onto that one. He's being challenged by Leng. And what a good tackle by Latroy Leng. But he's shielded by Zelana Barnes. It goes into touch, taken quickly. A throw. And tackle again by Latroy Leng. And it will be a throw once more to Arnett Gardens. Jamil Hardware on the ball. Intercepted by Bembo. Bembo sends that ball forward, trying to find Francois Swaby, and does. Francois Swaby has no one to help him. He'll stop. And now he has Ricardo Campbell. Instead sends it to Cardell Bembo. Cardell Bembo hesitates. Sends it across to Bedford. Too much on it. And he's now challenged by Oldham. Kamar Beckford on the ball. Sends it across to Ronaldo Rundu. Sends it further, trying to find Kamar Beckford, and does. And the referee says no, it didn't go behind. And now it's with Martin. Sends it up to Ronaldo Cephas. Jamil Hardware. Drifts into the center circle, finds Fabian Reed. And it is a foul committed by Ricardo Campbell. So it will be a free kick inside the center circle for Arnett Gardens. Lennox Russell on the ball. Ball intercepted by Bembo, but it's covered up by Zelana Barnes, and two teammates or fellow teammates going at it. And tackled by Bembo, but it goes back for Johnson. Lennox Russell sends it across for Zelana Barnes, and it's too much for him to chase, and it goes behind for a goal kick to Mount Pleasant. And just to give you more updates, Portmore United, they lead by 2-0. Goals scored in the 14th minute by Andre L.A. Lewis, the schoolboy Lamar Walker. So Lamar Walker scores and Andre Lewis scores for Portmore United. They lead by 2-0 against Mabay United in Montego Bay. And the other scores around the island hasn't changed. Tivoli, they still trail by 2-1. Dumby Holding is drawing 0-0, stalemate between them. As you see a ball flicked inside the 18-yard box, but it goes behind for a goal kick to Mount Pleasant. Dumby Holding, they still draw with Huey Nillall. Humberliana Cavaliers, they are locked at Nillall again, Nillall as well. And here at Draxall, Mount Pleasant and Arnett, they are locked in a stalemate at Nillall as well. So those are the scores from around the island. Ball set up, trying to find Kamar Beckford, headed on by Johnson, headed by Leng once more. Seesaw battle to gain possession. Zelana Barnes loops that ball forward, trying to find Lennox Russell. It's being hobbled by Leng, but Lennox Russell wins that battle. Ball swung inside, or just outside the 18-yard box, and now chested by, well, it was chested by Cardell Bembo, but Arnett Gardens still has possession through Jamil Hardware. Hardware with the ball, sends it back for Oldham, who sends it across for Tamar Edwards. Edwards with the ball, sends that ball forward for Fabian Reed. Intercepted by Bembo, and now Zelana Barnes gets back possession for Arnett. Now it's with the captain Oldham. Oldham sends it across to Barnes. Zelano Zeze Barnes sends it across to Cephas. Cephas with the ball, sends it inside the 18-yard box, but headed out by Mount Pleasant. Keslan Hall sends it back for McCullough. Now it's with Hall. Hall on the ball, sends it back to McCullough once more, trying to find Cardell Bembo. Headed out by Edwards. Now it's with Lennox Russell. Russell on the ball for Arnett. Sends it across to the defender, Jabor Johnson. Johnson tries to send that one across to find Ronaldo Cephas, and does, chases it down, but defensive work by Saleh McCullough. Goes into touch for a throw to Arnett. Exciting scenes here at Draxall in St. Anne. It has calmed down a little bit, and the weather is just overcast. And gobbled up by McCullough, sent by Taylor, And Evan Taylor's ball intercepted by Ricardo Oldham. Oldham sends that ball forward. And now they have a chance. And Zelana Barnes just loses it to the captain, Richie. Liddell Richie surges forward, trying to find a pass and finds Francois Soibu, who flicks that ball across for Kamar Beckford. Beckford out the ball. And it's still Beckford. And intercepted once more by Arnett Gardens. Martin, the interceptor, sent forward by Ricardo Campbell. Now it's with Kesselon Hall. Tried to flick that one for Kamar Beckford. The referee says no foul. Johnson sends it up to Lennox Russell. And Kesselon Hall, defensive work by him. It goes into touch for a throw. And we throw it back to KLA Sports FM 89 with Waterhouse versus Arnett Gardens.
Advancing the ball for Tivoli Gardens. He's found Garnett at the half line. Garnett now tried to cross one in, searching there for his teammate, but instead Andre Moulton has to come and clean up a little bit of a mess. Moulton plays one way over onto the right side. That man is Shafar Campbell. Campbell gets away and tries to advance into the box and shoves the defender, marking him in the back. The referee has whistled for a free kick.
Yes. Good running on the right wing by Tivoli with the overlap man coming to get the square, but just blocked a bit by the Waterhouse defender and took the choice of pushing down, releasing the pressure. And I always coach against that. When you're in the man's area, don't give him an easy outlet.
So, and also number 32 for... So, here is Tivoli Guards. One upfield. This is Jermaine Teddy Johnson. He's in the box again. He shoots and forces a save from the goalkeeper. The Waterhouse now having to play a lot of sturdy defense, but not able to do much in the end. But luckily for them, I suppose the keeper has gone down.
Yes.
And the medical team has been called on to.
Having a party? Bouncers by K has all the party rental equipment and everything.
And so we're back here. Draxall, thank you Garth from KLA Sports FM 89, bringing you the Tivoli Gardens and Waterhouse match. And we see Kesselon Hall here on the ball. He has been very instrumental in some late wins for Mount Pleasant. Late on in the season, a ball swung inside the 18-yard box. And Ronaldo's run his cross couldn't be latched on, and a shot there by Beckford. Oh, that was a save and a half. What a save by Harrison. He had to stretch for that one, and it goes behind for a corner. But that was a very good shot there by Kemar Beckford, a rasping shot. And what a shot by the number 10 from Mount Pleasant. And it wasn't dealt with properly by Arnett Gardens, and he saw the opportunity left by Swaby and had to stretch for that Mikhail Harrison. And so Mount Pleasant with another opportunity to go ahead in this matchup. 32 minutes gone in this encounter. And this will be taken by Cardell Bembo. Ball swung inside, headed on by Hall. And the danger hasn't been dealt with yet. And it's Kemar Beckford. He's been challenged by Martin. And he was just taken off his ball and sent to Ricardo Oldham, who sends that ball further forward, trying to find Ronaldo Cephas. And he will allow that ball to go into touch. And it will be a throw to Mount Pleasant. And just to let you guys know, remember the contest for $1,000 floor digital credit. You have to be subscribed to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, Island Sports Network, follow our Instagram page, Island Sports Net, and also share this game. Mount Pleasant versus Arnett Gardens, an exciting encounter. Even if you weren't winning the credit, you should have been sharing it already, because this is so exciting based on what you've seen so far and based on what we've done commentary on so far in this match. And we'll pick a winner at random. As we see a ball intercepted, but only to be collected by Cardell Bembo. Bembo on the ball, sends it across for Leng. Leng, who has been so instrumental as the right back for Mount Pleasant. And he has done his defensive work very well. And just getting by Anderson, but couldn't get by Jamil Hardware. Ball sent forward for Fabian Reed. And it was appealed for a handled ball. The referee says no. It's with Jamil Hardware. Sends it inside the center circle and finds Tamar Edwards, who drifts outside the center circle. Sends it over for Ricardo Oldham, the captain. The captain now on the ball. The skipper trying to find a ball inside or a play inside the 18-yard box. Defensive work by Mount Pleasant. Ball sent across for Francois Swaby. Swaby has time and space. Sees nobody inside the 18-yard box. And now he's been challenged. And now some players come to aid him. Cardell Bembo with the ball. Bembo sends it back for Ronaldo Rodney. Rodney to Hall. And couldn't latch onto that one properly is McCullough. But it is still with Mount Pleasant through Ronaldo Rodney. And he'll try a shot from distance and it goes wide of the target. And it is a goal kick for Arnett. And we know that this hasn't been the best season for Arnett. Last season they were actually in second place. And they were beaten actually in the semi-finals of the playoffs by Waterhouse. Surprise of the season, a lot thought, especially in the playoffs. As we see Jamil Hardware on the ball for Arnett. Sends it across or sends it forward for Lennox Russell, who sends it back to Fabian Reed. Fabian Reed is challenged by Cardell Bembo and the referee says it's a foul. And a lot of the fans here at Draxall actually disagree with that call by the referee. But it is in fact a free kick for Arnett Gardens. And Draxall Stadium is filled to capacity. And an opportunity now for Arnett to stun the crowd, or the home crowd here at Draxall. Jamil Hardware looks to be the one taking this free kick. 3-man wall built by Mount Pleasant. And there's Jabor Johnson right beside the Mount Pleasant players. What will they do? Ball swung inside, headed out. And now it's Zelana Barnes for Arnett. Sends that ball inside the 18-yard box, headed out once more. Battle in the air between Johnson and Swaby. And now a challenge between Cephas and McCullough. The referee says no foul. Ball sent forward, tried to fight Keslan Hall. And the Keslan Hall challenge. Will it be? No, it's not. Great defensive work by Jamar Martin. But Mount Pleasant still have possession. Mount Pleasant through Kemar Beckford. He's being challenged by Oldham. Sends it across. Ronaldo Rodney with a shot. There! Oh, that's a brilliant goal! What a goal by Ronaldo Rodney! That is a spectacular, spectacular strike. That's the first goal of the contest. And look at the crowd. That was a goal by Ronaldo Rodney. We saw where the danger was momentarily averted. Kemar Beckford latched onto that one. And let me tell you, Ronaldo Rodney collects the ball well and says, thank you very much, I will try it. And try it he did, and he was successful. So Mount Pleasant, they lead by a 1-0 here at Draxall. My exciting scenes here in the St. Anne Stadium. They dominated possession. They had very good chances going forward. They had the best chances going forward. And it paid off in the end for Mount Pleasant. So the newly promoted team has the advantage. We'll see a ball swung inside, collected by Davis. And Davis with the ball here. And Jamar Martin sends that one into touch, and it will be a throw. And the excitement as we're seeing across the stadium from where we are, and it's just excitement all around. The fans are on their feet, and rightfully so. This has been an exciting match from minute 1 to minute 39. So, Arnett Gardens, they trail by a goal to nil. And we always speak about the 12th man in sports commentary, especially in football, because there are 11 men on the field, but 12 men in the sense of it's your home crowd, and they're the motivators for you. And what a motivation it was. What a strike from Ronaldo Rodney. Just dipped. And there was actually another defender beside Michael Harrison, and that still couldn't keep out the ball out of the back of the net. As we see Ronaldo Cephas on the ball, swinging inside the 18-yard box, headed out by Ricardo Campbell. Still danger for Mount Pleasant. Taylor now on the ball, sends that one up, trying to find Francois Taylor, challenged by Martin. And Oldham will collect for Arnett. Now it's chested down by Zelano Barnes, who sent it back for Renique Anderson. Renique Anderson sends that ball forward, headed out. Collected by Bembo, taken down nicely. Bembo on the ball for Mount Pleasant, sends it across for LaTroy Leng. And Leng sends it forward for the goal scorer, Ronaldo Rodney. And he is fouled by Jamil Hardware, so it will be a free kick for Mount Pleasant. So, almost 41 minutes gone in this contest. And free kicking enemy territory will be taken by Ricardo Campbell. Ball swung inside the 18-yard box, headed up by Edwards. Still danger. And Kemar Beckford will latch on to this one. And just a poor decision to try and control the ball in the end, and goes into touch for a throw to Arnett. Taken quickly. Lennox Russell to Oldham. Now it's back with Lennox Russell. Loose that ball forward, trying to find Zelana Barnes. Intercepted by McCullough. Now it's with Taylor, who tried to drift inside the center circle. Sends that ball for Keslan Hall. And a shot! Straight into the gloves of Harrison. Mount Pleasant, the more dangerous team going forward. Arnett will have to salvage something at least before the first half concludes. Cardell Bembo sends it across for a 50-50 challenge between Johnson and Leng. But it goes into touch. Last touch by Jabor Johnson. It will be a throw for Mount Pleasant. Throw taken by Leng, sent to Bembo, trying to loop that ball forward for Keslan Hall. Intercepted, however. And there's been a battle between Bembo and Zelana Barnes all day. And as I said before, they were former schoolmates, actually played on the Manning Cup winning team for St. George's College back in 2012, I believe, against Heidel, in which they were the champions, defeating them by 3-0. And actually, one of the goal scorers in that match is the number 31 on Arnett, Zelano Zeze Barnes. And that was a cracking strike, actually, in that match. And a comical goal in the end, but a cracking strike nonetheless. And Ronaldo Rodney with the skill and sends that ball forward for Francois Swaby. Swaby on the ball, sends that ball across, trying to find Kemar Beckford, but the tall figure of Oldham wins in the end. But the ball sent forward for McCullough, who tried to latch on to that one. But it goes into touch for a throw to Arnett. Ball sent forward by Taylor. Defensive work by Martin. And referee says what it is. It's actually a free kick for Arnett. Foul on the captain, Ladale Ritchie. And we now throw it back to KLA Sports FM 89 with Tivoli Gardens versus Waterhouse.
Teddy cannot understand why he was shown a yellow card, or why the foul was called against him, and then in his protest, he was shown a yellow by referee Tummings. I'm not quite sure if I would have gone as far as giving him a yellow card for his protest just now.
No, because what happened, he had the ball and he was surrounded by some defender, tried to play it through. I don't know if he tried to protect himself after kicking because they were coming at him from all angles. And so therefore I thought that he certainly couldn't have done much against the trio that was surrounding him, but then end up with a yellow card.
So?
And we're back here. Thanks so much. As the fourth official has indicated, 2 minutes stoppage time to be added on. Defensive work by Ladale Ritchie. Headed by Jabor Johnson. And Oldham sent it forward for Jabil Hardware. Defensive work by Ricardo Campbell. And now it's with McCullough. McCullough just drifts by his man. And the referee says it's actually a free kick for Mount Pleasant. And one Kemar Beckford is still down on the field. Clattering challenge, and that was actually a two-footed challenge by, seems to be Martin, and that was studs up as well, so I'm not sure what the final decision from the referee will be. And it was actually the appeal from the crowd that allowed the referee to make the decision, and I believe had it not been for the referee would have continued playing here at Draxall. As Kemar Beckford still down on the field. As we're getting back to the goal, the difference maker in this contest. It was just latched on sweetly and a left-footed strike in the 39th minute by Ronaldo Rodney. He has been everywhere in this match. He has been playing actually very well in this match. And adds to the continued success of Mount Pleasant. Many persons were wondering what kind of excitement will Mount Pleasant bring to the Premier League, and my oh my, they're bringing some excitement. And at one point they were actually ahead in the league. At one point they were actually number one in the, and then just unfortunate results pegged them back as far as 5th. But they're back in 3rd place. So, just to let you know that the scores haven't changed. Across, as we see halftime approaching for some of the matches. Halftime for Portmore United and Harbourview and Mobay United. Halftime for Harbourview and Reno. And we're approaching halftime for Humber Lion and Cavalier, who are locked at 0-0. As we see free kick for Mount Pleasant. Ball swung inside by Taylor and collected by Mikhail Harrison. As the referee looking at his watch, and he ends the first half. Opportunities presented by Mount Pleasant, and one was converted by the man number 17, Ronaldo Rodney. Intensity from both parties, and at the end of the first half, 45 minutes have elapsed, and Mount Pleasant, they do have the advantage. They lead by a goal to 0.
And we are ready.
The
is to continue to drive for the development of the game here. Although players are selected from clubs abroad, they were developed in the league.
They're really quality players and they have really good attitude and you get your money's worth.
This match has turned up several gears. Last year when they met them, good corner swinging to the near post. Houghton does really well. Paris with a strike. What a goal! Kaheem Paris strikes his first goal of the season. The former Dinthill man lights up the scene for Cavalier in Red Stripe Football Mondays.
Against the run of play, Diego Houghton did brilliantly well. Came for the ball early, gave it 2 fists, punched it clear. But Kaheem Paris, and folks, why this goal is special is because this man is very left-footed. This is Nicholas Hamilton's corner. Double punch by Diego Houghton. And look at this, the weaker left foot. Absolutely, that's pure technique. Kids at home, take note. Didn't try to hit it too hard, just tried to catch it properly. A swing of the right boot. That's beautiful, Lance.
Well, he was a Golden Boot winner in the Costa Cup football with scores of goals in his career for Dinthill in the Costa Cup football. But what a strike that was in the top flight for Cavalier tonight.
Very much against the run of play.
The Premier League Clubs Association, the PLCA, and Tropical Blue Natural Spring Water. Nature's bounty in a bottle.
Okay, listeners, so welcome back to the Edward Thiago Sports Complex, where it's now halftime, and it's trying to really take a look at where the changing rooms are. The teams have gone over. Yeah. There seems to have been a little bit of a crowd just outside the changing rooms. And I can guarantee you that there are a lot of very disappointed Tivoli Gardens fans here this afternoon at this time. But they would have seen their team go down 2-0 in less than 10 minutes and cut that deficit in half about 4 minutes later. But then it's kind of been a bit of a back and forth kind of a situation between the two teams, with Andre Leslie being quite a nuisance. Yes. For this Tivoli Gardens team. He's really been going at Garnett and Shaw on the Tivoli left side of their defense. They really have not done a lot of work over on the right side at all, or trouble the right side of the Tivoli Gardens defense at all. I think they essentially are focusing on what they would consider a weak link, yes, or a rotten post in the Tivoli defense, and it really has been a bit of trouble. Gotta credit the keeper, the Tivoli Gardens keeper, for doing his work, but just not being supported enough by his defenders.
Unfortunate to have been 2-0 down, and then people outside the venue would look at what the keeper has been doing. But the first one was a ball which came out on a left footer, which was parabolic in its movement and therefore difficult to track. It was lucky enough to get a hand to it, but it went onto the
underside,
and came out back. And the player who scored Howell was just standing right there to nod home.
And it begs the question, so where were the defenders?
Yes.
Because Howell was just left alone. He didn't have anyone marking him to put any pressure. Mark you, being as close as he was to the goal, it would have been
difficult to think.
Very difficult.
But what you're saying is that quite often we coach that the forward should follow the ball, but we don't encourage the defenders often that you should always be like the forward, trying to get to the ball first. That did not, Van Howell was alone, easy goal.
Yeah, and then Tivoli Gardens managed to start settling themselves in the game. Credit them with not losing their composure, maintaining their shape, still applying pressure, and that pressure resulted in a very good goal, because it was a lovely bit of 1-2 play between Moulton, who was a little right off center, and Jermaine Teddy Johnson, who was completely flush right, and they worked their way into the box, and it was a very good right-footed rocket blasted in by Johnson with just pinpoint accuracy in the end, but the pace really would have probably broken the keeper's arm had he gotten a touch to it, and they pulled themselves back.
What was good about that goal? That was a ball from the goalkeeper, hit long and almost flat, and it gives the defenders a little bit of bother, which the two forwards seem to have recognized. A little pressure on them caused the ball to go over to Morton, it was, who headed back into space with it. So the aerial route that the ball took made the place even more exquisite to my mind. And then Teddy, having a glimpse at the goalkeeper and the goal, seemed that he wanted to injure someone and to get back a goal or two for Tivoli, but you can't get 2 goals in one shot. If they could, that would be worth 2. But he really rocketed past the goalkeeper. 2 goals to 1, and Tivoli was back in the game. And for the next 15 to 20 minutes, they had much of the ball until just about coming to the referee's whistle, where Waterhouse got back in the game and had a couple of opportunities.
I've got 3 questions for you.
Yes.
1, your thoughts on Tummings, that's the referee's management of this first half?
I don't know. We understand that some referees allow play to continue, but I saw 2 brutal tackles, one succeeding the other, which should have been cautioned, because I'm a bit frightened that play hasn't gotten rougher in instances because of that, because we see retaliatory play taking place. But it's not one of the referees. He might cover distance, but it is deceptive. It doesn't seem to do a lot of movement.
Yeah.
Slim, tall man seem to be walking on still, so running might be a bit difficult. But certainly, the spectators are not happy. I am not so happy with it, but then the game has gone by without much incident, but a lot of, when I say incident, retaliation, but we have seen a couple of players being failed, as you described, one situation during the course of the game.
And not cautioned.
And then the yellow cards are from some incident which pale in significance to what we have
that he is allowed to go. So, again, he's had better afternoons, but today's just not his day. Final 2 for you. What do Waterhouse need to do to see this out? And what does Tivoli need to do to get themselves back in?
I'm just hoping that Waterhouse hasn't learned that Portmore is leading.
Well, they should know by now. I mean, it's half-time.
Which means that there's no chance of them winning the $1 million. So there's not much in this game. You need to protect yourself from injury, protect yourself from cards as you get into the round of 6.
Without giving Tivoli Gardens the opportunity to sneak into the top 6. Because if they get into the playoffs, they could see them again. And lessons learned from this game may prove to be their downfall in the playoffs.
Still play football, but don't play with the gusto that will put yourself in a situation to be injured. Because there's nothing to come from this. You're going to be second in any case.
Right. And then Tivoli, how do they benefit from this afternoon?
Well, it's a situation I read about the Reno game and what transpired after the game. Frustration began to creep in towards the end of the game, and you figure that your season has gone bad because you didn't do enough, and you know that you have the quality that should have done better. They started the season very high up in the tables and have slipped gradually to number 7, and we understand the situation with the change of coach and all of that which took place. So it's a time of reflection while they're playing, which is always bad. But the old maestro Teddy has shown them that you can still come out of the game with something. And they have looked good in parts. When they put down the ball, as the spectator behind us is quite rightly saying, they look good going forward.
All right, well, thanks a lot for those thoughts, Stratton. I'm going to send you back to the studio now. In a few minutes, it will be time for second half action. Just reminding you that it's Tivoli Gardens 1, Waterhouse 2, right here at the Edward Siaga Sports Complex and the Red Stripe Premier League.
The Red Stripe Premier League halftime show was sponsored by the Premier League Clubs Association, the PLCA, and the Tropical Blue Natural Spring Water, nature's bounty in a bottle. Stay tuned for second half action coming up next.
Up and over. Morris wanted the call for a foul. Referee let the play run, and what a good thing he did. The ball running for Randy Smith just took a touch to get it out of his feet so he could get the back lift. And really bent it through Clovis. Not a chance in goal.
Randy Smith had 2 brilliant goals in the first half. And it's a difference between these 2 teams. One with the left, the other with the right. And Christian Clovis, who has had a shaky game so far, really could have done nothing about the goals.
So you thought that gave him confidence, but from the evidence of that was poor by any standard. Then for the Randy Smith strike, I'm not going to be too hard on him. He expected his defenders to do their job. They didn't. And even if he was aware of that, he couldn't have kept it out. Was aware that Randy Smith was lining up that effort and could do nothing about it. And then...
And of course, he's the scorer of the 2 goals tonight. First with the left. It was a brilliant one. And then the other with the right. Here it is. Fabulous effort by Portmore's number 20. Not bad to open his campaign this season.
And Jabari Howell is in his place tonight.
Just some freshen up in the midfield area, and that's where Aberville certainly won the battle tonight.
Lewis. Substitute Howell now gets in. Beckford gets there, but can't keep it in. Samuel to Nairn, to Howell.
It's a lot of attributes for the attacking plays.
Sean Fraser, his shot blocked. McGee trying to stab it forward to Peter Lee Battle. McGee with the effort, the keeper collects. Dario Stewart. Stewart does well. Tariq McGee, Peter Lee Vassell.
Just a little undercooked from McGee. Vassell wanted it a little bit more firm.
You wouldn't have expected him to take the shot with his right foot. He was looking for the pass, and it just didn't work out for him there in the end.
Well,
he doesn't get it.
Oh.
Vassell does really well to win it back.
That good turn of pace, because Rashane Sharp was trying to run by him. Good speed, good strength from Vassell. The good players always look to have time on the ball, i.e. Tariq McGee.
Here's another one. Peter Lee Vassell.
Oh, yes.
Weatherly picks it up. Harvey was in the way. The keeper will collect, or will try to. Doesn't really hold on to it. Sharp forced away from goal. Vassell puts it into touch.
He made a meal of it.
Players down for Portmore United, but Aberville will continue. McGee lays it off to Vassell. Vassell with a ball to Weatherly. Couldn't quite get there. It was closer to the defender than it was to Weatherly. Vassell trying to play it upfield. Fraser trying to go between a couple of defenders and was fouled. Free kick. Vassell.
ESPN, sponsored by the Premier League Clubs Association, the PLCA, and the Tropical Blue Natural Spring Water, nature's bounty in a bottle. Let's rejoin the KLS team on location.
To the Edward Siaga Sports Complex for this second half action in the West Premier League. This is round 32, the penultimate round. Just to let you know that we're going to share some scores from other games played in the league and what that means right now for the standings. It is 0-0 at Dunbeholden Uwe, Harborview, Reno, and Humber Lions.
And we are ready.
The role is to continue to drive for the development of the game here. Although players are selected from clubs abroad, they were developed in the league.
They're really quality players and they have really good attitude, and you get your money's worth.
This match has turned up several gears.
And the team's just settling here, getting ready for the second half. And the second half is Mount Pleasant facing off against Arnett Gardens. Early charge here, it seems, by Arnett. Zalana Barnes sends that one up, but it goes into touch for a throw. Beckford sends that one up, trying to find Francois Swabin, being challenged. Referee says no foul committed. So it will be a free kick for Mount Pleasant. Sending that one, finding Kamar Beckford and tried to find Cardell Bembo, but turned brilliantly by Jamil Hardware. And not the best pass in the end from the number 7. Latched on by Keslan Hall, who sends it back for McCullough, who sends it forward, trying to find Francois Swaby. Headed on by Swaby. Now it's with Ronaldo Rodney. Twists and turns. Rodney finds Bembo. Bembo sends that one inside. Headed out by Martin. Latched on by Bembo, and defensive work there by Arnett means that they're back in possession. Johnson sends that ball forward for the man Fabian Reed, who chases it down for Jamil Hardware, who sends it across for Ronaldo Cephas. But McCullough will chase, and he latches onto it. And defensive work. Last touch by Cephas. And the throw will be taken by McCullough. It was with Rodney, back to McCullough. And he sends that ball forward. And Tamar Edwards tried to latch onto that one, but Keslan Hall gets it in the end. Ball sent forward, intercepted by Johnson. Johnson sends it across for Russell. Headed out by Leng. But it's back with Arnett. Johnson. Edwards in the center circle, loops that ball forward. Finds Ronaldo Cephas. Ronaldo Cephas turns. Will be challenged by McCullough. And it's still Ronaldo Cephas. Sends that one inside. Defensive work by the captain, Richie. And it goes behind for a corner. And an opportunity for Arnett Gardens to pull one back and get one equalizer here. Ball swung inside the 18-yard box, headed out by Renique Anderson. And it goes behind for a goal kick to Mount Pleasant. Sent forward, meets the head of Tamar Edwards. Now it's with Taylor, he latches on, but defensive work by Fabian Reed. And another defensive clearance by Ricardo Campbell. Challenged. And it goes into touch for the through to Arnett. Martin with the ball. And he turns and sends it forward, trying to find Jamil Howard. Chested down nicely by Taylor. Taylor with the ball. And he sends it forward to find Keslan Howard, intercepted by Renique Anderson. And Ladale Richard, the defender, clears that one. And Keslan Hall almost latches onto that one. But last touch by Renique Anderson, and it's a corner for Mount Pleasant.
Right now, time to mash up last year, when we save it, number 9 penalty. From that time, they decided to mash up the ball. I'm about to pick one over the ball and one side of the post. Look at those minutes now. You see the white man like that back up. The blood clot already. In a real life.
An opportunity now for Mount Pleasant to be able to double their advantage. Cardell Bembo sends that one inside, and it drifts outward. Headed out by Oldham. And the Leng latches on to that one. Sends that one back inside the 18-yard box. And collected by Harrison. Sends that ball long, trying to find Fabian Reed. Challenged by Ricardo Campbell, but he does latch on to that one, Fabian Reed. Lennox Russell to Fabian Reed. And Fabian Reed sends that ball forward, trying to find Ronaldo Cephas, and goes behind for a goal kick for Mount Pleasant. Match day 32 here at Draxall in St. Ann. Mount Pleasant, they have the advantage, a 39th minute strike from Ronaldo Rodney. And that's the difference maker here for the St. Ann-based team, and they lead by a 1-0. And Arnett through Tamar Edwards. He's fouled by Keslan Hall. It will be a free kick for Arnett. Ball sent across for Rodney, for Jabor Johnson, sorry. Sends that ball forward, trying to find Fabian Reed. Now it's with Zelana Barnes, now Lennox Russell. Russell sends it across for Zelana Barnes. Zelana Barnes is being challenged by Kamar Beckford. And the last touch, the referee says, by Ronaldo Rodney, so it will be a throw to Arnett. Johnson takes a long throw inside for Fabian Reed, who sends it back, trying to find Lennox Russell once more, but intercepted. And Francois Swaby challenged by Renique Anderson, who sends it back for Jamar Martin, who sends it further. Headed on by Zelana Barnes. And Mount Pleasant doing some more defensive work. And Francois Swaby tried to latch on to that one. It goes into touch for a throw to Arnett. Intercepted by McCullough. McCullough with the ball, sends it across for Francois Swaby. It's Swaby still challenged by two players. Now it's with Cardell Bembo. Keslan Hall sends it back to Bembo. Bembo with a shot, just over the crossbar. Once more. That was an opportunity. And that opportunity presented by none other than the man, Cardell Bembo. And the goalkeeper gets a yellow card. And look at this 1-2 touch. They were actually in danger of losing the ball to the Arnett defenders. And we see the 1-2 pass between Keslan Hall and Cardell Bembo, and he just turned his body and presented himself with the opportunity, and the ball just goes over the crossbar. As we see a player down on the field for Mount Pleasant, as we throw it back to KLA Sports FM 89, where they bring to you Waterhouse versus
has been the decision of the referee.
Throw it back to KLA Sports FM 89, where they bring to you Waterhouse.
He's now taking away Morris away from the referee. And Morris has such a youthful face.
Yes. One of the smallest players.
In fact, it's a red card, yep.
Yeah,
so it was two yellows. Because he was carded just before on the far side. But and you could see that he was on it was a very aggressive tackle, but it didn't hurt the player. But it was just a level of aggression.
And then for a small man too. But it seems very innocuous.
So it's raining cards, and well, shortly it will be raining. As the clouds which we identified earlier have made their way across the park. So it is Waterhouse 3, Tivoli Gardens 1, as Play continues. Colorado Murray finding his teammate in the center of the park. Ball played out onto the far side. And Waterhouse looking to see if they can press home their advantage, the man advantage that they have.
So just to give you an update, Portmore United have tripled their advantage. So they're 3-0 up. And it's a red card for Jermaine Teddy Johnson. So the man who scored the goal for Tivoli actually was sent off for Tivoli Gardens. And actually it's a brace from the schoolboy footballer they call Frank Lampard, Lamar Walker. He has the second goal for himself and the third of the contest. So a 56-minute strike from Lamar Walker, the schoolboy. And he's on 2 goals for the match. So they are leading 3-0. And Waterhouse through a second strike by Kenroy Howell. So both teams that have gone up by 3 goals, both teams have one player that scored 2. So Howell has 2 goals for Waterhouse and Lamar Walker has 2 goals for Portmore United. So it's 3-0 for Portmore United and 3-1 in favor of Waterhouse Football Club. And now we throw it back to the studios of FM 89 where they bring to you Waterhouse versus Tivoli.
But Waterhouse launched one over from the left side. I think Miller was the man there who tried his luck from midway the Tivoli Gardens half. So let's see if they'll be able to press home this man advantage that they have. They certainly have doubled their advantage. Gotten it back to 2. Lovely little back heel. Good work here. This is Howell for Waterhouse. He's over on the left side. Tried to feed his teammate in the box. Did so successfully, but seems to have been an infringement done there by Ricardo Thomas of Waterhouse. So a free kick.
So that was Tivoli Gardens versus Waterhouse, brought to you by KLS Sports FM 89. And just to inform you guys, as we see a ball swung inside, headed on by Beckford, but still not dealt with properly. Beckford will latch on once more, sends it to Cardell Bembo. Bembo of Mount Pleasant sends that ball inside the 18-yard box, headed up by Francois Swaby, and an opportunity. Sliding challenge by Renique Anderson. And defensive clearance by the man, Oldham, but Mount Pleasant do have it once more. Cardell Bembo. Defensive effort by Fabian Reed. And it's Fabian Reed. Tries to come back to help, and now Taylor with the ball, chips that ball forward, trying to find Beckford, and it goes behind, and the referee says it's a corner. So in the next 10 minutes, we'll be asking the question, and as we said before, we will pick the subscriber at random. And you will receive $1,000 Flow or Digicel credit. So, ready for that as we see a ball swung inside the 18-yard box. Still not handled properly. Referee says last touch by an Arnett Gardens player. And it will be a corner for Mount Pleasant again. Another opportunity for Mount Pleasant. Remember, the last time these two teams got a positive result from each other was actually a 1-0 win to Arnett. With about 4 minutes to go, as there was an appeal for handed ball, the referee says no. Ball goes into touch for a throw to Mount Pleasant, and that ball was actually put into the back of the net by Nelson. So Nelson actually was the goal scorer for Arnett when they won by a goal to nil in November. So that was the next positive result. As after that they drew 0-0, and Tivoli are back in the game. It's 2-3, and it's Colorado Murray, the leading goal scorer for Tivoli Gardens. He pegs one back in the 61st minute, so it's game on between Tivoli and Waterhouse as we see a substitution in the offing. As the substitution, it seems to be Lennox Russell that comes off, and the man they call Tull from schoolboy football days for St. George's College, Kamar Malcolm, he comes on. So Malcolm comes on and Russell comes off. As we see Kessel Hall on the ball for Mount Pleasant, sends it back for Leng. Now it's with Ronaldo Rodney, now Kessel Hall. There's a run charged on by Kamar Beckford, and it will be intercepted. Ronaldo Sifa sent it back for Oldham. Oldham on the ball for Arnett, who sends it across for Johnson. And now it's with Malcolm, who sends it forward for Fabian Reed. And the referee says it's a goal kick. And it's another substitution. And another substitution is in the offing for Arnett. Foul committed. Will be a free kick for Arnett. We said another substitution in the offing for Arnett Gardens, and the number 27, Steve Clark. And just to confirm that Fabian Reed actually gets the yellow card as the ball goes behind for a goal kick for Mount Pleasant. And Ronaldo Cephas comes off for Arnett Gardens. And Steve Clark comes on. And so just to give you an update, Cavaliers have gotten on the score sheet. Cavaliers, they now lead Humber Lion by a goal to nil. As we'll see a ball headed forward for Beckford. Beckford latches on. Ball sent inside. And nobody able to latch on to that one, but Kessel Hall will for Mount Pleasant. And he sends that one inside once more. Headed on, not entirely. And he couldn't latch on to that one properly, Francois Swaby. And the referee says it's a goal kick for Arnett. And now getting some more updates. It's actually 1-1 between Humber Lion and Cavaliers. Penalty kick converted for Humber Lion at Effortville. Ball sent forward trying to find Fabian Reed. Goes into touch for a throw to Arnett. Just over 64 minutes gone in this contest. It's an offside. Will be a free kick for Mount Pleasant. Jerome Waite, not the most pleasant coach at the moment. And it's Nigel Stewart that's actually in place for Donovan Ducky at the moment. As we see ball swung across trying to find Clark. Challenged by McCalla. Headed by Cardell Bembo, but Steve Clark latches on. Challenged by Bembo, and he is fouled. And he is yellow carded, Cardell Bembo. So for dissent, Cardell Bembo gets yellow carded. Jabor Johnson allows that ball to go into touch for a throw. Take it quickly. Defensive work by Ricardo Campbell. Goes into touch once more for a throw for Arnett Gardens. Turning is Kamar Malcolm. And he isn't fouled, the referee says. Defensive work again by Mount Pleasant. Pressure is on. Will be another throw. Jabor Johnson takes that throw quickly. Now it's with Fabian Reed. And he allows that ball to go behind for a corner to Arnett Gardens. Arnett Gardens now presented with another opportunity to equalize. Ball swung inside and it's not dealt with properly. And nobody able to latch on to that one. I'm not sure as to why Arnett Gardens wasn't able to convert. As we see the goalkeeper still down on the field. He's up now. As we see the ball swung inside and the goalkeeper Davis, he didn't deal with that one properly, but there was so much tangling there inside the box, and the goalkeeper completely misjudged it. And he was lucky that another Arnett Gardens player wasn't there to dispatch the ball and placed it into the back of the net. Arnett Gardens would want an opportunity like that once more, as we see Jamil Hardware on the ball. He's being challenged by Rodney, but Rodney wins that challenge. Mount Pleasant with possession. And Mount Pleasant again. Rodney sends that one over to Cardell Bembo. Bembo ships forward, sends that ball trying to find Kesslon Hall. Cardell Bembo again, but referee says no foul. Kamar Malcolm challenged by Lang. Oh, what a very good challenge by Leroy Lang. And now Kamar Beckford, and the referee says it's actually, is it an offside or a handled ball? I'm not 100% sure. And Harborview, we're just getting some more score updates. A 66-minute strike from Timar Edwards. That's also another difference maker. So Harborview, they lead Reno by a goal to nil. Timar Edwards with a 66-minute strike. As we see another throw for Mount Pleasant. And now we will ask the question for the $1,000 floor digital credit. Who was the February player of the month? Who was the February player of the month? Let us know, and we'll choose a winner at random. Who is the February, or who was the February player of the month? And there's another yellow card issued. And it seems to be Ronaldo Rodney as we throw it back to KLA Sports FM 89 as they present to you Tivoli Gardens versus Waterhouse.
Farley just can't seem to keep a pace.
Ronaldo Rodney
has given a throw to Tivoli Gardens. But apparently there was a whistle before the ball went into the touch, and it was still a free kick awarded to Tivoli Gardens. So that has been taken. Tivoli Gardens now trying to get the ball out of their half. They've come to the half line. This is Junior McGregor. McGregor lays it back to Garnett. Garnett has found Murray. Murray switches the play over to the right flank where Shavar Campbell struggles to get to the ball. He's finally done so. He's gone to the center circle. Raymond Williamson on the ball. They've turned it back now to number 21, Shaw. No, pardon me, that wasn't Shaw. Anyhow, ball booted up the field. The Waterhouse have gained possession at the half line. Daly turns the ball to McFarlane. McFarlane, tried to let through Leslie, but just couldn't make the connection just now. So the Tivoli goalkeeper has the ball at his feet, looking upfield and sending instructions to run even further up. Trying to move the ball. Andre McFarlane blocked it off, and he could now pick it up. So he's rolled the ball out to his Seavright. Seavright has gone wide to Garnett. Garnett has come centrally now to Shaw. Tevin Shaw on the ball for Tivoli Gardens. Launches one out onto the right side, taken lovely down, by that was giving the ball now to Trayvon Reed. Reed tries to.
Remember, guys, some of you did not share this live stream as we see a ball sent inside, and that's the reason why you won't get the credit. And that was a foul committed by Kemar Beckford. So the referee says it's a free kick for Arnett Gardens. Arnett Gardens on the ball once more. Now it's with Clark. Clark has an opportunity to swing that one inside the 18-yard box, but it goes behind. And it will be a goal kick for Mount Pleasant. So, substitution in the offing for Mount Pleasant. As we see a ball sent forward, trying to find Swaby. Zelana Barnes sends that ball forward for Jamil Hardware. And trying to flick it over the head of Tamar Edwards. Tamar Edwards fouls Evan Taylor. So it will be a free kick for Mount Pleasant. And just to remind you that this match here will be the last match that we broadcast on YouTube and Facebook. So after this, it will be exclusively on the website. And don't forget to download the mobile app Island Sports Network. So see a ball headed by Ladale Ritchie. And Beckford will try to latch on. He does. Tries to send it back for Cardell Bembo. Intercepted. And now it's with Malcolm. And now Zelana Barnes. And Malcolm sends it forward for Johnson. Johnson can swing this one inside. And nobody there to meet it. McCullough sends that one out. And Keslan Hall misses it. Now it's with Francois Swaby. And back to Keslan Hall. And nobody there to meet him. But Francois Swaby is running. Sending that one across to Cardell Bembo. Too much on it. And Willie Lachon, yes he does. He's being challenged now by Jamar Martin. Francois Swaby tried to run and meet him, but Cardell Bembo in the end, his ball intercepted. And still on it with possession. It's Jamil Hardware, sends it to Malcolm. Malcolm with the ball, he's being challenged by Beckford. And I know it's with Ricardo Oldham. Oldham sends it to Clark. Clark tried to use his speed, and it goes into touch for a goal kick. As we see a substitution in the offing, and Kevin Graham will make his way onto the field. We're going to send back to KLA Sports FM 89.
Waterhouse inside the box now. Ball crossed, it's blocked by the keeper. A shot, it's good! Waterhouse! Followed up the keeper and finished the rebound. And that has been a bit of a theme with this Tivoli team this afternoon, Stratton. Because a shot is taken, the keeper gets a good hand or foot to it, and there's not support from the defense because the rebound is what is slotted home.
A critical part of that, the anticipation of the defenders need to be more adroit in terms of responding and understanding the role that you need to support the keeper. He has done his best to save the ball, can't get back at it, but somebody should be there to clean up for him, but nobody would. And one would have to say after that, that this is game, set and match for Waterhouse. Those are Tivoli coming back in this one.
No, that's highly unlikely at this point. 75 minutes, 76 minutes gone. The goal scorer is Andre Fletcher, a substitute. So he's put his team back in the lead, and I did say the next goal would matter.
Yes.
So Tivoli, a man down and 2 goals down. Have some real work to do now, with just about 14 minutes plus time to be added on to get there.
And so you have it there. Goal scored by Waterhouse. And it's 4-2 in favor of the Jerusalem-based team. Renique Anderson for Arnett. Ball brilliantly intercepted by Cardell Bembo. Bembo looking for a pass. Sends that one across, trying to find Kesslon Hall. He will be challenged. And Kesslon Hall with the ball. Sends it forward. And Kevin Graham sends it back for Kesslon Hall. Kesslon Hall sends it further back, this time to Ricardo Campbell. Campbell with the ball, sends it across to the captain, Richie. Richie with the ball, the skipper, looking for a pass. Sends it forward for Beckford. Beckford sends it to Bembo. Bembo to McCalla. McCalla trying to get by Steve Clark. And Oldham sends that ball forward, trying to find Fabian Reed. Headed out by Ladale Ritchie. Goes into touch for a throw, take it quickly. And the referee says it's a foul, and it will be a yellow card for McCalla. We congratulate one of our viewers on Facebook, Bridget Douglas. So congratulations to Bridget Douglas. You're the winner of the $1,000 credit. Flora Digital will be messaging you after, and we'll get your particulars in order for you to receive the credit. So congratulations to Bridget Douglas. As we see a turn there by Beckford. Back to Kesslon Hall. Hall with the ball, sends it forward, trying to find Francois Swebe. And it was intercepted initially by Martin, number 16 to another. Martin challenging Francois Swebe, sent it back to Douglas, or Kesslon Hall. Hall with the ball. And it's still Kesslon Hall. Sends it back for Leng. Sends that ball forward, and it goes into touch for a throw to Arnett. Oldham with the ball, just bringing the ball forward. Intercepted by Kevin Graham. And the coaching staff for Arnett is irate as we see another substitution in the offing. Jordan Fletcher, who actually scored in the last match that sent Reno home. He is coming on for Mount Pleasant as we see Keslan Hall coming off. And he's being applauded. And just to remind you, the answer, and we know a lot of you selected a winner at random. It's actually Cardell Bembo that was the February player of the month. See a ball thrown inside, couldn't meet the head of Zelana Barnes. Curled forward, goes into touch, however, and it will be a throw to Arnett. And Oldham sends that ball forward. And just to inform you, Mabay are trailing by 5-1. So Mabay, they're losing by 5-1 in Montego Bay. Reno and Harborview, they're leveled at 1 apiece. Humber Lion and Cavaliers, they're leveled at 1 apiece. Waterhouse, they're leading by 4-2. UA and Dumby Holding, they are still locked at 0-0 as we see a ball swung inside. And Francois Sable unable to meet it. Now it's Renique Anderson who sends that ball forward, trying to find Jabor Johnson. Instead meets the boot of Juan Kemar Beckford. Deflected by Johnson. It goes into touch for a throw to Mount Pleasant. And it's a foul committed by Clark on Beckford. It will be a free kick for Mount Pleasant. And trust me, the stadium is packed here at Draxall. There's so many patrons inside the stadium that there's not even any more space on the bench to sit down. The patrons, some of them have to be standing at the fence to view the action. And there was a foul committed on Oldham. Free kick for Mount Pleasant. And we know you're listening contently with us as we bring the Tivoli Gardens and Waterhouse match via radio, courtesy of KLS Sports FM 89, but you can view the delayed broadcast on our website tomorrow at 8:30. So tomorrow at 8:30, we will be showing you the delayed broadcast of the Waterhouse versus Tivoli game. As we see it through. And it's Steve Clark. The referee says it's a handed ball. And Bembo is still down on the sidelines. And we're throwing it back to KLS Sports FM.
From behind, and as you say in football, him pick up tack. Yep. Yeah, tack stick him somewhere. And he got something to the face. But sometimes you have to be able to protect yourself when you go on a player's back like that.
So again, now he's really getting some stick now, referee Cummings, from the supporters, yeah, from both sides. And that's the interesting thing though, yeah, when you are getting
you see a ball swung inside the 18-yard box, but defensive work by Mount Pleasant. But it's back with Arnett Gardens, and again defensive work Cardell Bembo latches onto this one. And he's still moving gingerly. And he's requesting a change. Cardell Bembo is still unable to move as he normally does. As we see another change in the offing for Mount Pleasant, and I think it's going to be a forced change in the end. As we see another Campbell that's going to come on for Mount Pleasant. And the injured Cardell Bembo comes off and Romario Campbell comes on for Mount Pleasant. And another substitution for Arnett, the number 23 Giovanni Sims. He comes on. As we see a ball sent forward for Malcolm, and he has the speed. Oh, that was close, and he just wanted to latch on to that one, Steve Clark. That was very, very close, and served on a silver platter. As we see a ball swing inside. And latched on now by Romario Rum Campbell, but he's taken off the ball by Oldham. And Romario Campbell now fouls the captain of Arnett. And it will be a free kick. My oh my, talking about an opportunity presented. And Hardware will try a shot from distance, and it goes over. And it will be a free, or it will be a goal kick for Mount Pleasant. And now most of the players on our side on the bench are on their feet. 87 and a half minutes gone in this contest. And Mobe and Mount Pleasant, they do still have the advantage. They lead by a goal to nil. And Ronaldo Rodney's strike from outside the 18-yard box in the 39th minute is still the difference maker here for the St. Anne-based team. But the team from Kingston will have something to say about that as we see a ball kept in the touch by Steve Clark. What will they do? They have under 3 minutes left. The ball swung inside for Malcolm. Malcolm sent it inside, and nobody able to latch on to that one. And Steve Clark again unable to convert. Oh, that was tidily done by McCalla. Intercepted once more, this time by Hardware. Now it's with Oldham. Oldham to Anderson. Defensive work by Kevin Graham. And Francois will try to chase, but ball given to Hardware by Martin, but headed out by Evan Taylor. And defensive work by Soleil McCalla. He goes into touch for a throw to Arnett. Exciting scenes here at Draxall, here in St. Anne, as we see Steve Clark now on the ball being challenged by Evan Taylor. And couldn't latch on to that one properly, but Malcolm does get it back. Ball swung inside the 18-yard box. Defensive work once more. And now to with Romario Campbell. Campbell on the ball for Mount Pleasant. And he's just drifting forward. Now into enemy territory. And ball swung for Francois Swaby. Being challenged now by Martin. And he goes into touch for a throw to Arnett Gardens. Arnett Gardens trying to salvage something here. Almost 88 and a half minutes gone here at Draxall in St. Anne. Mount Pleasant, they still lead by a goal to nil. Steve Clark on the ball for Arnett Gardens. He sends it back for Oldham. Oldham sends it forward for Malcolm. Malcolm, and that was a rash challenge from Evan Taylor, and it will be a free kick for Arnett Gardens. And he's just telling the referee, sorry. And let me tell you that late drama at Dunby Holding in St. Catherine, UWI, they lead by 2-0. So a 77th minute strike from Stephen Barrett and an 83rd minute strike from Ryan Miller. And they trail by 2-0 against UWI. So every single match that is being broadcasted now or it's being played right now has at least 2 goals in it. And that says something about the excitement. Ball swung inside the 18-yard box. And now it's 2-on-1. Ball sent across for Beckford. Beckford latches on to that one. And Romario Campbell comes to help. And now the shape of the Arnett Gardens defense is now inside. Ball swung inside but collected by Michael Harrison. And sent further forward now by Harrison. Headed on by Ladale Ritchie. 90 minutes have elapsed. And a foul by Kevin Graham. And it will be a yellow card for Kevin Graham, the number 18. So it will be a free kick for Arnett. Will be taken by Tamar Edwards. An opportunity. Ball swung inside the 18-yard box. Headed, tried to be headed on by Renique Anderson. And it goes behind for a goal kick. And just remember, this is the last match that will be streamed on YouTube and on Facebook. Wednesday, as we go live, will be exclusively on the website. It's $500 Jamaican dollars per month, people. You don't want to miss the playoffs that will start on March 24. And exciting scenes here at Draxall in St. Anne. And Jerome Waite just scratching his head. How do I get past this goalkeeper or the defense? What do I have to do? As we see Kemar Beckford still able to get the ball. He's being challenged by 2 players now. And what will be the referee's decision as a fight somewhat ensues, but the referee calms the situation down very quickly. And Jordan was involved in that little fracas. And Beckford is still down on the field. The ball goes into touch for a throw. Arnett, with seconds to go, has an opportunity now. And Johnson throws that one inside, trying to find Fabian Reed, latched on by Jamil Hardware. Hardware, ball intercepted. And defensive work there by Romario Campbell. But now Steve Clark has it for Arnett. Sees the run of Kemar Malcolm. Malcolm, will he be the difference maker? And the referee says no, it's a goal kick. Ball goes behind. And it will be a goal kick for Mount Pleasant. And exciting scenes, stomping the bench, and they will seal 3rd place as Waterhouse, actually they do lead by 4-2. But my oh my, what excitement here by the fans from both Arnett Gardens and Mount Pleasant. And will the referee blow? He checks his watch, and that is it. A 39-minute beauty from outside the 18-yard box from Ronaldo Rodney was the difference maker in this match today. And at the end of 90 minutes, Mount Pleasant, they do claim 3 points. They win by a goal to nil. Remember, our match on Wednesday will be exclusively on the website, and it's 500 Jamaican dollars a month, 6,000 for the year. And you don't want to miss the playoffs. You don't want to miss Casafa Super League. Barbados Super League is in it. Trinidad Super League is in it as well. You don't want to miss it. On behalf of myself, Kurt, and the big man in charge, Brandon Carvalho, just stay tuned. We will be doing some post-game interviews. You don't want to miss it.
We are ready.
The role is to continue to drive for the development of the game here. Although players are selected from clubs abroad, they were developed in the league.
They're really quality players and they have really good attitude and you get your money's worth.
This match has turned up several gears.
Brandon, seen it now? Ask Brandon if he's seen it. No, right them and I move on, man. It's right there, something sorry. Ready? You want to ride it too? Yeah. No, where we're going to do it, right here? Right, post-game interview here with the man in charge of Arnett Gardens, the coach, Juan Jerome Wade. How are you doing, sir?
Well, I'm good. I mean, today's game, pretty much excited. The team really, came back and really put up a stunning performance in the second half. I mean, you could say we are unlucky, not only to score, but to win this game because, we were all over Mount Pleasant in the latter part of this game.
All right, so what do you think was the difference maker apart from the goal from Ronaldo Rodney? What do you think could have been done better to maybe salvage a point here at Jackson?
The chances that we created, we should have just put them away. And maybe it's a plain surface, that bad boom. But in the end, I can take a lot of positive from this game.
All right, last question for you. Are you mentally preparing these players right for the playoffs? Because we know as of the middle of this week, the preliminaries are over and we're getting ready for the big guns, the playoffs. Are your players ready mentally for these playoffs?
Well, we have a couple of days, to start the actual preparation. Despite of we having another game on Wednesday, but the focus now will have to shift towards the preparation of the playoff. So the players, they are pretty much upbeat. We have our fair amount of injuries, and those players, we still have to continue work on them, and hopefully they can get started, for that playoff.
All right, thank you so much, and good luck in the playoffs.
All right.
All right, that was the man Jerome Waite, and we're here with the man that scored the winner, Ronaldo Rodney. How are you doing, sir?
Good so far, sir.
All right, just step closer for me as we speak to you now. That was a sumptuous strike from outside the 18-yard box. What went through your mind as you collected the ball?
Well, one thing went through my mind was to control and place it to the far post. That's what I practice every day in training.
All right, you have been all over the place in this matchup. Defensively, you were getting back the ball. You showed some bit of skill. How do you think you performed in this match?
Well, I think my performance out of 10 was 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
Yeah, my energy level was up there. My ball control, every single thing. I think I have a great game today.
All right, overall, how do you think the team played? There were some very good chances from your team. Actually, your team got most of the chances. How do you think your team played out of 10? Because I know you give your performance out of 10. So how do you give your team's performance out of 10?
Well, I give the guys them 10 out of 10 also. I think we played excellent. We created a number of chances. We should have got 2 or 3, but fortunate, that's how it goes. We get the 1-0 today win, and I'm very pleased.
All right, how confident are you heading to the playoffs?
Well, we are very confident going to the playoff. We know that it's the business end of the season now, so we have to at our best. We can't fall short in any game or so, because one lose or so you're out of it, so we have to be very confident.
All right, thank you and good luck in the playoffs.
Thanks.
All right, those are the post-game interviews. We're gonna actually get the coach, Nigel. How are you, sir?
I'm okay.
All right. You guys had a 12-man last week Sunday when we actually did the match. You guys only came out with a point. Now it's 6 points from 2 games. How are you guys feeling?
I mean, we're feeling good. We're feeling good. It's a result of hard work and dedication. And we come out today and we show that we have that going.
All right, what went right for the team in this whole contest?
I mean, we're playing good football for the past maybe 9-10 games. So it just spilled over and we're working hard in training and it's showing.
All right, the goal scorer, I had to ask you, what went through your mind as he controlled that ball and just sent that ball into the back of the net? I know you must be beaming with happiness that you guys went ahead in the 39th minute.
I mean, yes, and that is it is no secret. He does that every time in training. That's in the game. He doesn't really shoot as much, but when he does, it is a spectacular one.
All right, he gave his performance 10 out of 10. Now, come on, coach, honestly. What do you rate his performance?
I mean, it's a marvelous performance. A 10 out of 10 is it's worth it.
It's worth it? All right, going forward, how confident are you guys heading into the playoffs? You've solidified 3rd place, but how confident are you guys going into the playoffs?
We're confident. As I said before, we're playing good football, so we go out every day and give our A game. So we are here to play, and that is what we are doing.
All right, thank you, and good luck in the playoffs.
Yeah, man, thanks.
All right. That is Nigel, the coach today for Mount Pleasant. So at the end of 90 minutes here at Draxall in St. Anne, Mount Pleasant, they walk away with 3 more points. That's 6 points in 2 games, and they are in 3rd place. So on behalf of myself, Christopher Scott, two of the cameramen, Kurt and Janoy, and the man in charge, Brandon Carvalho. It's so long from St. Anne, and on Wednesday it will be exclusively on the website and on the mobile app. More Red Stripe Premier League action.
And we are ready.
The role is to continue to drive for the development of the game here. Although players are selected from clubs abroad, they were developed in the league.
They're really quality players and they have really good attitude and you get your money's worth.